Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. Let me ask you, is it possible for Biden to delete up to $50,000 in student loan debt per borrower? Actually, it is. And I'm going to tell you how, and then I'm going to tell you what he currently has done. Alright? The reason is, with the Higher Education Act, the president has an executive order, meaning that he has the right to override everything to eliminate student loan debt. He can just get rid of it. Alright, now he's chopping at it. The reason that he's chopping at it is because it's a political ploy. Because if he gets rid of just all the student loan debt, he doesn't have a weapon to fight with other than abortion, right? So that's the thing about it. So the student loan deletion is what he's using to motivate his voters to keep Democrats in office and stuff. Now, I'm not a political guy or whatever, but I do understand. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. What's currently going on and what's just recently happened, Biden decided he's going to eliminate student loan debt from $10,000 up to $20,000. Now, the question is, who gets to $10,000? Who gets up to $20,000? Well, it's like this. If you are a student loan borrower and you're making less than $125,000, you qualify for the $10,000. If you are a married couple making up to $250,000, you qualify for the $10,000. Now, here's something that you need to understand. The $20,000 student loan deletion, all right, and this is possible for individuals that have went to college that was approved for Pell Grants, okay? Those students, they get the $10,000 plus. So if you ever received a Pell Grant while going to school, you also get the $10,000 plus, up to $20,000, all right? So that's some good news. But wait, there's more, because there's something else that they also did to help out student loan borrowers. Now, understanding that at least that amount of borrowers is going to cover almost 20 million student loan borrowers, all right? And this is student loan borrowers from all the way up until July 1st of 2022, okay? So, that being said, here's the thing about it, what you need to understand. Nelnet and Navient, okay, those are the elephants in the room, right? The reason is because they were the servicers of federal student loans, but they also were lenders of student loans as well. Now, here's where it becomes complicated for many individuals. Because the federal government is deleting their student loans, that does not mean that Nelnet and Navient personal student loans that they lend money on will be deleted. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. So on the federal side, yes, your student loans can be deleted, but on the personal side, like if you got a loan through Bank of America, Wells Fargo, those are private institutions, and because they're private institutions, they fall under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Excuse me, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, okay, and the FDCPA, meaning that those type of loans, if you defaulted on those type of loans, and keep a note, defaulted, okay, if you defaulted on those type of loans, what ends up happening is they file an insurance claim, all right, they file an insurance claim, okay, they get a loan verification certificate that tells how much of that claim was actually written off. Then the remaining balance, the student was supposed to have gotten that so they can write it off on their taxes. But most of the time, when you default on a private student loan, they file the insurance and they still go after you for that same balance, even though there was an insurance claim filed on that loan. All right, so that's something you have to keep in mind. Now, like I said, let's talk about defaults. Going back to defaults, talking about federal student loans. The federal student loans, they decided what they're going to do. Everybody that defaulted on federal student loans, what they're going to do is they're going to wipe out all of their past default to bring them out of default, Okay, they're going to bring you out of default to bring you current on the federal student loans. Then that's going to come off of your credit report, which is going to give you a boost in your credit score. All right. Now again, this does not include private student loans. You're still going to be financially responsible for those. Okay. Now, here's where things is going to get real shaky. With Navient, Nelnet, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, okay, then they have the right to change the terms of their loan. So they can either call the loan, they can charge more interest on the loans. So these are things that they can do that if you borrow private student loan money can make your life hard, okay? So just keep in terms of what's happening here. Now, also understanding student loans on the federal level. Student loans on the federal level. They're pausing student loans on the federal level until December 31st of 2022. Okay? So now you're up to date on what's going on with student loans. Also with them changing over student loan servicers. For those of you who may not have gotten notifications or aware, you need to check and see what student loan servicer are you dealing with, because if you haven't updated your information, this negative impact will continue on your personal credit file. All right, so this is Houston. If you have more questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, student loans, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.